This is how a narcissist destroys you without saying anything. What makes a narcissist so dangerously insidious isn't what they do in the obvious sense. It's what they do in the shadows. Their harm comes without a raised voice, without a slammed door, without a single mark left on your skin. And that's precisely what makes it so devastating. It's keen, it's quiet, it's invisible. And because it doesn't look like pain, you start to doubt it is pain. You replay moments in your head, wondering if you're overreacting, if you're just sensitive, if you're somehow to blame. Because they aren't yelling, they aren't hitting, they aren't doing anything you can point to. But what they are doing is soul deep. They're breaking you in ways that don't show up in mirrors. They vanish when you're drowning. They offer nothing when you're unraveling. And when you're shattered on the floor, they casually walk past you to pour kindness into someone else. Someone who doesn't even need it. Not to be generous, but to send a message. You don't matter. That's how they hurt you, through neglect disguised as normal, through coldness masked as calm. The damage is in the eye rolls, the empty silence, the way they disengage the moment you show need. It's in how they make you feel like a ghost in your own story. You're not black and blue, but you're hollow. You're not screaming, but inside you're collapsing. And the worst part? No one sees it, not even you, until it's too late. Number one, they turn on the charm the second after they cut you to pieces. It's one of the most disturbing things about a narcissist. You're still standing there, shattered by what they just said. Your chest tight with pain, your mind reeling, and suddenly they're all smiles. Not with you, of course, with someone else, a neighbor, a friend, a stranger, anyone but you. 1 second, they were slicing into you with cold precision, belittling, blaming, emotionally shredding you, and the next, their phone rings and they answer it like they'd just stepped out of a day spa. Their voice turns sweet, their posture relaxes, their entire personality seems to flip, dripping with fake warmth and sugar-coated charm. And you're left there in the wreckage, wondering how they can switch so fast, wondering if you imagined the whole thing. But here's the truth, that shift, it's not accidental, it's strategic, it's designed to send a message so subtle yet so crushing. I have kindness in me, I just won't give it to you. That smile they flash at others, it's not grace, it's cruelty wrapped in silk. It's a performance meant to humiliate you without a single word, because what your heart is aching for. Basic decency, a shred of empathy, a handout to strangers like candy just to show you how deliberately they are withholding it from you. It's not neglect, it's punishment. It's psychological warfare dressed up as pleasant small talk. And it's devastating. Because while everyone else sees someone charming and well-adjusted, you're the only one who knows what that smile really means. You know it's a mask, and behind it is someone who just chatted you and wants you to watch them be sweet to the world, while you bleed out silently beside them. And the worst part, it works. It makes you question yourself. It makes you search for what you did wrong, for why you're no longer worthy. That smile burns. It tells you, you don't matter. Not to them, not anymore. Number two, they adjust their appearance whenever you speak. At first, it seems harmless, just normal behavior. But when you look closer, it becomes clear. It's their subtle way of showing you that you don't deserve their full attention. You're opening up, sharing something vulnerable, maybe even painful. You're trying to connect. And while you're doing that, they're smoothing their hair, adjusting their clothes, checking their phone, glancing at a mirror, fidgeting, anything but being present with you. The message is clear, even if unspoken. Your emotions aren't important enough to pause for. And if you bring it up, they'll dismiss it. Maybe they'll say they were just tired or distracted, that you're making something out of nothing. And because you're still trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, you might believe it, at first. But over time, you start to see the pattern. They're never distracted when they are the ones talking. When they need you to listen, they expect your full attention, and they get it. But when it's your turn, their presence fades. They don't have to say anything out loud. The avoidance, the inattentiveness, it all speaks volumes. It tells you you're not worth the effort. Your voice doesn't matter. Your pain isn't valid. This isn't just thoughtlessness. It's emotional control. They know how this makes you feel. Insignificant, dismissed, unworthy. And that's the point. It's a quiet form of rejection. One that makes you question your value without them having to raise their voice. Eventually, this dynamic starts shaping the way you see yourself. You hold back. You cut your thoughts short. You hesitate before you speak. Not because what you're saying is wrong, but because you've learned to expect indifference. You begin to associate your own voice with disruption. You feel like every time you try to express something real, you're just annoying someone who seems more interested in their own reflection than in you. Number 3, they let you struggle in public while they remain indifferent. Imagine you're overloaded, perhaps you're carrying groceries, holding your child, or burdened by stress so heavy it feels like your very nerves are on the verge of snapping. And right next to you stands someone fully aware and completely capable of helping. Yet they choose not to. Instead of offering support as you fumble with the door or trying to balance everything at once, they simply watch. This isn't because they're distracted. It's a deliberate act meant to emphasize just how heavy your burden is. The irony is stark. The same narcissist who ignores your struggles without a hint of concern will often step in to assist a complete stranger. A person whose card might just have been declined at the grocery store, for example, displaying kindness in public to showcase their own benevolence. But when it comes to you, when you're visibly struggling, they deliberately look away. Deep down, they might even derive satisfaction from watching you buckle under pressure, what some refer to as sadistic supply. When they refuse to help, the impact is not merely physical. It exposes you emotionally. It leaves you feeling not just tired, but also humiliated. In the eyes of onlookers, it becomes painfully apparent. This person isn't cared for. They are left to drown in their own struggle, while the narcissist stands idly by with hands in their pockets. As those around you witness this scene, some might even wonder why you're handling everything on your own, why you're managing chaos while the narcissist remains aloof, detached, and untouched by the effort you're clearly making. This public display chips away at your dignity in real time, even if the onlookers aren't fully aware of the underlying dynamics at play. Yet, the most agonizing pain isn't what the world sees. It's the invisible collapse within your chest, the heartbreak that swells as your inner child silently pleads, "Please help me. Show up for me. Be the one person who truly has my back." Only to be met with a look that treats you like a stranger, or even worse, views your exhaustion as a bothersome inconvenience. Number 4, they walk away mid-sentence and leave you in emotional freefall. Before we dive into this next one, a quick announcement. I'm hosting a special event on how to break a trauma bond with a narcissist using 5 actionable steps. It's happening on May 3rd and 10th. Early bird booking is now open, and you can reserve your spot by clicking the I button above or the link in the description. This workshop only runs twice a year, so if this is something you've been waiting for, now's the time. Now, on to number 4. Narcissists have a habit of walking away in the middle of conversations. And not just any conversation, but ones where you're being vulnerable, emotional, or trying to assert yourself. One moment you're speaking, maybe you're explaining your feelings, standing your ground, even crying, and in the next, without a word or warning, they turn their back and walk away. It hits like a trapdoor opening beneath you. You're left hanging, your heart exposed, your voice still trembling. It doesn't just feel like rejection. It feels like you've been erased. Their silent exit isn't just an end to a conversation. It's a message, a form of emotional punishment designed to shame you for even trying to connect. Without saying a single word, they're communicating, "You don't matter. You're too much. Your emotions are a burden." And they often do this in front of others. They leave while you're still speaking, while you're apologizing, crying, or reaching out for some form of resolution. Why? Because having an audience works in their favor. It makes you look like the unstable one, the dramatic one, the one who's chasing and desperate. But what you're really doing is fighting to be seen, to be heard, to be treated with dignity by someone who uses detachment as a means of control. The shame that follows isn't just situational, it's deep lasting. That moment where you're left mid-sentence, trying to collect your pride while others watch you fall apart, creates a wound that lingers long after the room is empty. Number 5. A shutdown emotionally right when you need connection most. You're in the middle of an emotional moment. Eyes filled with tears, voice trembling, heart wide open. And instead of leaning in, they go blank. Completely expressionless. No flicker of empathy, no shift in their energy, no softening in their gaze. Just a cold, vacant stare, like you're speaking a foreign language or like you're invisible. You're pouring out your soul, trying to connect, and it's like they disappear emotionally right in front of you. That silence, it's not just awkward or detached. It's calculated. It's their silent way of communicating. This doesn't matter to me. You're alone in this, and even though they haven't said a word, your body feels it. Your nervous system kicks into overdrive. You start to question yourself. Maybe you're overreacting. Maybe you're too intense. Maybe you're the only one feeling anything at all. That blank stare doesn't just hurt. It's degrading. It doesn't just ignore your words. It denies your basic humanity. And eventually, it changes you. You start to hold back. You stop crying. You stop being real. Because each time you open up, you're met with a cold silence that punishes your vulnerability. You learn the painful lesson. Being emotionally honest means being emotionally abandoned. Showing your feelings leads to shame. So you shrink. You retreat. You protect yourself the only way you know how, by locking your emotions away to avoid that lifeless, soul-crushing stare that silently screams, "I don't care." Thanks so much for spending this time here. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.